What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Paulazay Talks, and today we're going to be helping you to become a greater version of yourself by helping you to get more at peace and more at ease with who you are, and not necessarily with everything that's going on in the world, because it's a lot that's going on right now, and it's a bunch of chaos and confusion and fear and worry. But there's no need to worry about that, right? There's no need to worry about that, because your focus right now is to become a greater version of yourself, so that way the world can become a better place to live, because it always starts with you. It starts with you and it carries abroad. So if you can work on yourself first and foremost and become a better version of you, then you'll be able to do something about the things that are happening in this world. Because it does no good to just focus on these things and have nothing and feel like there's nothing you can do. Because that's what a lot of us are in right now. A lot of us feel like with everything going on in the world, there's nothing we can do, and it's like hopeless. But that's not true. Just because the media portrays certain things that are fear-based, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what the state of the world is going to be. That may be how things are as they view it today, but that's not how things are going to be, right? So you have to understand that first and foremost, you must work on yourself first. Before you think about anything that the world has going on, you have to focus on this world in here and in here. You have to focus on these inner worlds and get them in alignment, so that way the outer world can get more in alignment with itself. Because you are one of the connectors that connects this whole world, that connects everybody together. Even if you don't realize it, you are someone that is a connector. You are a connector of people, and it only happens when you become the greatest version of yourself. And it happens when you realize that the evolution of who you are will never end. The evolution of who you are will never end. And it's a beautiful thing, because so long as you continue to exist on this planet, you are going to be always learning something. It doesn't matter if you got a degree or not. Your knowledge goes far beyond that, because you're going to always be learning something new. There's no, oh, I've done this and that's it. No, you're going to always be learning something new, because the world is continuing to change on a daily basis. So it's up to you to really grow within yourself, so that way you don't have these feelings of like being left behind, or you feel like it's too late, or whatever the case is. You have to work on the inside, and that is something and that is something that is a never-ending journey, right? That is something that is a never-ending journey. Be pleased with who you are and what you are becoming and where you are. Be pleased with who you are, what you become, and where you are now, while at the same time continuing to gently reach for the goals that you set for yourself. So you have to be okay with where you are currently. That isn't where you're going to be forever, but you have to be at peace with that. You have to be at peace with where you currently are, because if you're always looking around and saying to yourself, this is not where I want to be, this is not where I want to be, you're constantly creating a division between you and what it is that you want. And now it feels like it's so far away, and that it'll never be in reach. It'll always be out of reach. But that's not true. The fact that you're thinking the way you're thinking is because it's actually creating separation between your goal, but not only that, it's creating separation within yourself, which causes unsurety. And now you're unsure as to who you are and what you truly want, because now that thing that you wanted seems like a fantasy, and now you're questioning yourself, asking, is this something that I really want? Is this something that's even possible? You have to get out of that mentality and be at peace with where you are and who you are currently. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you went to school or not. All that matters is that you continue on your journey. All that matters is that you continue on your journey, because you are going to be learning one way or another. It's all about what you need to know right then and there in some cases. You don't need to figure out everything that's going on in the world. You just need to focus on getting better at what it is that you currently know. Because there's so much information out here nowadays that you can easily get confused. I caught it again. You can easily get confused and get thrown off your path because you're so influenced by everything that's going on in the world, and because you're not balanced and at peace with who you are and where you are, you feel like you need to be here in order to not get left behind or whatever the case is. But that's not true. All you have to do is be at peace. All you have to do is just be at peace with who you are and be at peace with where you are and who you've become. At the same time, gently reach for all of the dreams and goals and aspects that you have for yourself. Gently. You don't have to have it all figured out at one time. You just need to be doing action steps. Even if they're tiny, take the steps, take the initiative. Even if you don't have a lot of money to invest a little, $1, $5. Just continue to reach for it gently. Don't be so aggressive. Don't be in competition with others. The only person you need to be in competition with is yourself. And even then, you're not competition, you're an ally. So you're not competing with yourself, you're not competing with others. You are becoming an alliance. You're becoming an alliance. You're becoming more aligned with who you are and where you are. And that is your purpose, right? And that is your purpose. Your emotions are based on vibration. Your emotions are based on vibration. And your emotions are a key indicator of what type of frequency you're vibrating on. Literally everything around you is a direct correlation of the frequency that you're vibrating on. So if you see yourself in a certain type of light, if you see yourself in certain type of areas, you have to match the vibrational frequency of what it means to be in those areas. So it's important to really put yourself in those present moments, right? Truthfully, you have to be present at all times. You have to be present and aware of where you are, first and foremost. And then be present where you want to be. First, be present where you are, and be present where you want to be, so that way you're not creating separation because you feel like you're over here and can't be over here, right? Just put yourself in those situations. If you feel like there's a store that you can't go into because you feel like you're not fancy enough, or you feel like you're not in that income bracket, that doesn't mean you can't go in there. It doesn't mean that you can't go into those stores, right? It doesn't make you any less valuable. But that's not really the case. Just put yourself in the places that you want to be in, that you feel like you don't belong in. And you'll start to bridge the separation between the two. Literally. But yeah, your emotions are a key indicator of that. Your emotions are a big key indicator, and they help you to navigate your human experience. Literally, sometimes we get too caught up in our emotions and we allow our emotions to get the better of us. It happens to us. But once you start to actually take a step back and realize that your emotions are actually indicators of where you are in every present moment, you'll start to be more commanding of your emotions and your feelings. You'll start to be more commanding of your life, and then you'll start to create the life that you truly want. But once you begin to come into more of an alliance with who you are, you'll start to realize that you are the co-creator of your life. You are the co-creator of your experience, and everything you are experiencing is a byproduct of your vibrational being. Everything that you are currently experiencing is a byproduct of your vibrational being. And everything is always letting you know where you are in each and every moment. Everything around you that you see is a message letting you know where you are in each and every moment. Everything. So you have to be mindful of the things that you put into your space at all times. You have to be mindful of the type of people that you allow into your space at all times. It's not to say you build up a wall for yourself, but you're just more mindful of things around you now. Now you're more mindful of why people feel some kind of way or why people speak a certain kind of way. Now you're more aware of your environment and how it plays an effect on you and other people around you. Now you know how to navigate and maneuver. It's not about escaping, but it's about knowing where you are in each and every moment and how to get to the next step, how to take the next step. That's it. But it all starts with being at peace with yourself and understanding where you are and who you are. Those are the three major factors in everything. You first understand who you are, and you come into an understanding of where you are. And you be at peace with both of those. And those two being at peace creates harmony within you. And now you're able to navigate this human experience a bit more easier instead of being so stressed out and depressed and anxious about everything that's going on. And you feeling like you're not a part of it. Because in a way, you are a part of it. You're a part of the solution. But that's up to you. You can either be a part of the solution or a part of the problem. And you are solution oriented because right now you're watching this video and you know that there is a solution to everything that is going on in the world. You know that there's a solution. But the solution is you. The solution starts with you. And the solution ends with you as well. You are the creator of your experience. And once you're able to be the co-creator of your experience, you're able to help other people co-create in their experience. Just based off of you going through and experiencing life in a more mindful, more meaningful, more present way. Because a lot of people are not living in the present. They're living in an entirely different world within the world, and they don't even recognize what's going on around them. So the fact that you're able to even recognize that is amazing in itself. And a lot of people are looking for that. Whether they realize it or not, a lot of people are looking for that. They're looking for that mindfulness. They're looking for that synergy. They're looking for that connection. And we're the ones that are the connectors. We are the connectors. So it's up to you to become the greatest version of yourself, to become an even greater connector of people, of places, of everything. Be the center of unity that you want to see. Yeah, emotions are indicators. Once you feel better, you'll get to where you want to be. Once you start to really feel better, because being at peace makes you feel so light and so ease and so much at ease, right? Once you're able to do that, once you're able to start feeling good, you will get to where you need to be. You will get to exactly where you need to be because now you're allowing. Now you're in a state of allowance. I literally just wrote this on my board too. And I was like, less fear, more love, gratitude, ease and flow, and allowance. Less fear, more love, gratitude, ease and flow, and allowance. All in that order. It starts with fearing less and loving more. Once you start to understand that fear is just false evidence appearing real, you'll start to lift the veil over your eyes and you'll start to realize that it's always love. You always choose love over fear. And then once you've made that decision, now you're living in a state of gratitude. Because love is gratitude. You're grateful for everything around you. Even the little things that people take for granted, you're so grateful for those things. And then there's ease and flow. Because as you begin to practice gratitude, because gratitude is a skill set. Once you're able to practice gratitude and really harness it, now you step into an ease and flow state where now things are just flowing to you so easily and effortlessly. Now you are flowing with the web of life. And now you're putting yourself in position to be the greatest version of you. And then next is allowance. And the art of allowing is simply being pleased with who you are and where you are. The art of allowing is being pleased with who you are and where you are. And once you get into that ease and flow state, allowance, it just comes to you naturally. Allowance just comes to you naturally. And it's kind of like it goes in a circle, right? Once you start into allowance, now you're getting back to fear less and loving more. And that's really it. That's really what it's all about, right? Understand that you're a vibrational being. Understanding that you are a vibrational being gives you leverage too. Literally, once you start to understand and really put these things into practice, you'll begin to feel like you have a leverage over people. Because a lot of people aren't doing this. A lot of people aren't practicing self-love. A lot of people are more focused on these evil, cruel things happening in the world. Most people would rather consume junk media, things that don't serve them, things that are happening in the world that are just so cringy, right? Instead of watching something that fulfills them, something that inspires them, something that motivates them, something that gives them a different perspective, or something that can shift their mindset and help them reach the next level. A lot of people are just so stuck in this negative playing field that they don't even recognize it anymore as negative. All they know is just that. They don't know how to tap into themselves. They don't know how to get that. But yet they see you and they see what you're doing and they want that, but they still don't know how. But they're just watching you do it. And in a way, they kind of emulate what you do behind the scenes. So literally, once you start to realize that you are a high vibrational being, you literally begin to have a leverage, not over people. Well, yeah, you do have a leverage over people, but you'll begin to understand that the world in a different way that a lot of people never thought to. That's all. And literally, the world that y'all live in are one and the same. You just perceive it differently. A lot of people can perceive all of these negative notions, but you're the one that's always seeking out the positive and bringing it back. Like, look at all this beautifulness that's happening all around the world. We're always focused on the negative things that are happening in the world, but let's try and focus more on the things that we want to appear into our lives. Let's try and focus more on the things that we want to see in our lives manifest. Because if we all continue to focus on the same problem, it'll never get resolved. If we all continue to focus on the same problem, it's gonna never get resolved, because that's where our attention is. And where attention goes, energy flows. And energy is what allows manifestations to appear in this world that we live in. So literally, the more you focus on something, the more the manifestation grows and grows and grows. But if we change the narrative, if we start to understand who we are internally, then the story changes. And the story changes. So it all starts with you. It all starts with you. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that this was able to bring you a lot of value. Thank you for allowing me to be on the journey with you of growing, healing, and becoming the greatest version of yourself. You are greatly appreciated. Make sure that you leave a positive comment and let me know how this video was able to help. Or just leave a comment of gratitude and appreciation, and affirm how you're growing too. Affirm how you're going to start implementing certain things in your life to help you become the greatest version of yourself. And while you're at it, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notified whenever I publish another video. And that's it. That's all I got for you. I hope that was able to add some value. Now go out there and be great. And always remember that you are creators and you are creative. That you are love and you are loved. May you be present, may you be free, and may you be abundant at all times. Peace.